Hey everyone, happy Friday. I forgot to turn the volume off. Yes, I was listening to the ad, sorry. They're not kidding about that. I had a little bit of sore arm on my first shot, but it's not that bad. Uh-oh. All right, everyone. Denny's resetting his microphone. That's why you can't hear him at the moment. But he'll be back with us in a minute. All right, so I'm going to say some hellos while Danny's working on that. I see Ken Anderson. I see Austin5419. Alex BK. Omniverse Gamer, welcome. Mountaintop Giver. Our moderator, Clavia, welcome. William Let's Plays. I like that name. That's a cool name. Uncle Broken Down Beamer. Every time I see that name, I think of my old BMW. And although it didn't really break down that often, but it happens. Patty Quebec, welcome. That's actually Thomas on a different account because his own account got a little messed up. Welcome, Thomas. So Omar's here, Bosco's here. Welcome, welcome. All right. So Danny's working on his mic. Danny,
all right,
there?
We're good. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but my OBS Studio, which is my recording software, and my Streamlabs OBS, which is the streaming software, both of them disabled microphones. So I had to go back in and set up the microphone. Now, when I streamed on my other channel, I had to do this, but when I switched accounts, it looks like it had reset this microphone to a disabled mic as well. So that's really strange. I don't know if there was some sort of update on both programs or what, but that's some weird stuff, guys.
That is weird. Everybody hear Danny okay now?
American Monster, what's up, buddy? All right, I say Omniverse asked, how's my shoulder doing? And I'll tell you what, it was crazy sore for about a day, and now it's a little sore today, but I felt like my arm was going to fall off after I got that coronavirus shot. It took about 2-3 hours before it got really sore, and then it just felt like that my whole shoulder was just a big, like, knotted up muscle. It was pretty crazy. Ken, what's up, buddy? I'm doing all right. How about yourself? Niner, hello. Good to see ya.
All right, we got Malik Joseph says, I'm new to the stream, new to the game.
Well, welcome to the stream, everybody.
Yeah.
I got
Siren
the Moderna.
Head, Irish J.
I got the Moderna shot.
Yeah, everybody says the Moderna hits you harder than the Pfizer one. So
yeah, it's got more effects, more side.
Yeah, hopefully, it's also
effects.
more effective, right? Well, we can hope.
Some people say that, and another thing is, I guess it doesn't need to be as cold. Like the Pfizer one's got to be at minus what, 200 or something.
I don't know. There are some crazy storage requirements.
I think the Moderna one doesn't have to be kept as cold. It just has to stay cool or something. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's start looking at your S2K because somebody just said it looks good. I think it looks good too. You picked a good body kit on that one. Which one is
I like
that?
this one. Well, let's go find out. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't have most of them unlocked, but some of the body kits on this are really gross.
Yeah, tell me about it. Some of them are just
so
plain
first
weird.
off, hey, what happened? Oh, we're gonna go look at the grossest one in the world really quick here. What was that? It's not cooperating. Look at this thing, guys. Would you guys want to drive around in that? I don't think I would. I don't think I would. That's kind of a weird one. Then we got this guy here. Not sure I love that.
Yeah, some of these
one
are
here. That's
just
kind of
little-
neat. I kind of like that. It's very different. It's neat, but kind of weird.
Let me go close my door real quick because
all right.
I hear another conversation in the background going on. Hold on one second.
Then this is the what? What is that? APR? The APR kit. This one looks really nice. I think this is the best one out of all of them. Then you got that one there. That one's a little bit boring. And then there's the stock car. So honestly, this is the one I would rather have on it. Niner, you don't like any of them? I think this one looks pretty cool, actually.
I mean, that one doesn't look bad. Definitely the best out of the batch. Let's put it that way.
Yep. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, body kit's very much a personal taste thing. You know, I was never heavily into body kits. I like very subtle modifications on cars. But some of these cars look okay with certain body kits.
But yeah, I actually like this one. I think this one looks pretty good. I would drive it. I'd be super happy to drive this around.
You know what's the one of the coolest body kits for the S2000?
What's
There's
that?
a let me look it up right now for you. It is the white.
Thank you
it's a
for the
full
donation,
carbon
American
fiber.
Monster. Is this one in real life, Max?
Oh yeah, in real life, yes.
Okay.
Amuse,
Yeah.
that's it. Powerhouse Amuse S2000. That is one of the most badass S2Ks I've ever seen.
You know, I used to want one of these really bad. Back when these first came out, I was like, oh man, I gotta have one, but never got one, unfortunately. They're really cool little cars. I think I made a video on how to drive these the other day. You just get into fourth as quickly as possible and hit that nitrous. I would live race this one more, but I don't have enough parts in it yet to get the Evo points up.
Yeah, that's really one of the main issues. I don't have the tokens to elite these, so I'm kind of leaving them alone for now.
Yeah, I don't really either. I'm trying to work on finishing the Skyline and that other guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Ace. I like that power S2K, man. That thing is just crazy. But then again, that is a GT kind of GT kit that's on a car like the S2K. But yeah. Yeah, the RX-7 body kits are not much better. You guys are right about that.
Yeah. So I'm stuck on level 34 here. I need 2 more levels to max this guy out. And I'll tell you what, man, it's taken a long time to get these red tokens all of a sudden. It seems like red tokens used to come pretty fast, but now it's like it just feels like they're not giving out any. I don't know.
Nice. Well, you're way ahead of me, man. I don't think any of the latest 4 Elite Tuner cars, I have not gotten any of them past level 10. Because I have no tokens for them. I don't know where I'm wasting them all, but apparently I'm wasting them somewhere.
Oh, cool. Omniverse says he's been feeling a little better. That's good, buddy.
Now, I Odom asked the question I'm going to address real fast. He said, I heard if you update cars to a wild card, you get more RP. That is not true. I think the update, when you build cars, the RP is always the same. The boost is to RP you gain from racing. So I've never seen my RP gain from just building a car during wildcard.
Yeah, I don't really think that happens. Now I think you get, when you build a car, you get a little bit of something here and there, but it's not going to give you much.
No. All right, I think we got some more people that popped in. Hello to you guys that just came in. I see that Claudio Inacio's here, Stax Fidi, and a few others. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, welcome guys. Thank you for coming out today.
All right, Melon 555, Helena Hitman in the house. Speaking of that, why don't we, Denny? You want to jump over to my account and let's do some Sound of the Wind and talk about that.
Not? And guys, I hit 25,000 subscribers today or yesterday, I think it was. So thank you guys so much for being part of the channel and all the support. I mean, I really appreciate that a lot. You guys are awesome.
All right, Chrisman Tassie's having a lot of problems with games crashing. The problem with this game is every time they update, they screw up against some devices. Unfortunately, none of us can give you really good advice on how to fix that either, because it's not really you, it's the game.
Yeah, the current update does not really like your phone is normally the problem.
Yeah, that's what I find to be the case as well.
Thanks, guys.
We want to take bets on how long before my LD player crashes?
I don't think I have a GT Le Mans. I do not believe. If you're asking when we're going to get Tempest 4, none of us really know. We've been waiting for a few years for Tempest 4, but hey, someday it might show up. Maybe, if we're super lucky.
Hey, Clavia, you may get your wish that the Bach Mono is going to get used anyway, because I was in the garage, the dealership looking at American Series cars. The Bach Mono's in there. That means one of these events, you may be forced to use it. So, you might get your wish. I wish it was for
really
this
cool
event,
car.
But
that is a really cool car.
Oh, I like the Bach. It's one of my favorite live racers for a long time.
What's up, Crunchy Nut?
Yeah, if you want to figure out what cars are going to have to be used at some point, just go into the dealership, go to American Series, and browse through those cars. Sooner or later, they're going to get used somewhere.
I would imagine this game runs better on iOS phones. Like with Android, it's a lot harder because there's a billion different processors. Each company has their own operating system, different versions of Android. It's really hard, but on iOS, the majority of there's only a couple iOS phones they have to tune the game to work on. I would imagine the iPhone 10, the XR or the 10R is probably a pretty good one. Most people I know that run on iOS love the way the game runs on it. They say this one actually runs way better on iOS, but as far as the ads not working, that really doesn't have anything to do with your phone. That's an actual glitch with the game, and we got that on Android. Everyone's having gas glitches, unfortunately. But yeah, that's just a common...
Malik, we're really here to try to just talk about some recent events, answer questions. So probably not live racing today. I'm actually just kind of going through right now the Sound of the Wind event, because I'm sure there are going to be some questions about that. As far as getting a duplicate on the Stage 6, I'm going to get a duplicate because the car's maxed. But yeah, chances are I'm going to get some junky Stage 6. I would bet either turbo or intake.
Max, do you have any idea if, the PETA crates? What's the chances of getting a duplicate Stage 6 part off of a PETA crate? Imagine
I haven't
spending.
really pulled through that more than once.
Yeah.
And so far, I haven't gotten a duplicate, so I can't really say. I don't like those crates too much because apparently people are telling me that they're only seeing the stage 6s at loyalty, meaning unlike the 700 key crates where you sometimes get lucky and you get a stage 6 in between, those things only give it to you on loyalty so far. So that's not so much fun.
Evan, we use something called LD Player, which lets you play Android games and apps on your PC. If you're an iOS player, as far as I know, there's nothing like that out there. But if you're on Android, go to ldplayer.net and download that.
Yeah, see, Nicholas Evans saying the same thing. It's only on loyalty. So based on that, my opinion of those crates go down a little more.
Yeah.
Because I've been really lucky before where I got 3 or 4 stage 6s in the span of 7 of those 700 key pulls. Whereas if you're only getting on loyalty on the PETA crates, that's not very good. You're saving a few keys, but you're not getting the benefit of that random S6 drop.
Yeah, I think it is only loyalty for the stage 6 parts. But
yeah, that's pretty lame.
My
actually.
thing is, you better not get a duplicate on that loyalty. You know what I mean? That would be terrible if you got duplicates from there. Clavia keeps talking about the PP crates. They're called PETA, buddy, not PP.
Yeah, they're PETA crates actually. Whoops, screw that up.
Sorry to hear that, Uncle Broken Down. Oh, you're going to bed, American Monster? Alright, buddy, you have a good night, sleep well, and thank you for stopping by. I'll catch you a little bit later.
Now, I actually, I could have earned these tickets to... Wait, I can't get in my gas screen? Oh well.
Yeah, that's another glitch.
I could have earned my tickets to get that Huracan GT3. Instead, I decided to buy some just so I can kind of move along a little quicker. Whenever that gas thing gets stuck, what I do is I go into the buy my crap screen, as I call it. And if you come out of the buy my crap screen, the gas screen starts working again.
I don't want to buy your crap.
Yeah, exactly. I go in there, I go, no, I'm not buying your crap, man. Just give me my gas. It's like going into the convenience store when you're at the gas station. You got to step into the convenience store or no gas for you.
All right, so Nicholas Evans said he did 4 rounds of PETA crates and didn't get any duplicates. So that's good. That sounds promising at least.
Well, that's good.
I'm guessing you probably won't get a duplicate on those, but you just never know with this game.
When you finally get it, you're like, son of a... Never mind.
Yeah. Crowbar, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. How's everything going? I haven't really heard from you for a while.
I called it. It's a turbo. I knew it.
Oh, crap. Omar
Intake
got a
or
duplicate.
Turbo. Almost guaranteed.
Omar got a duplicate. That sucks.
Duplicate blows.
Man, I would be pretty upset about that. I really would. I would probably complain. I mean, all those keys spent just to get a duplicate.
Bosco say, don't you always have to step in the convenience store to pay for the gas? Not if you use a credit card.
True. Or not if you pump and run. But yeah, I think pretty much, I don't think any gas stations will let you pump before you pay anymore. Back in the day, you could, man. Like when I was first starting to drive, you just go to the gas station, you'd fill it up, then you'd go inside and pay for it.
That's when people still trusted people. Those days are gone.
Yep.
So the reason my car is still showing 710 is, as always, I tend not to run fully maxed cars for these events just to see where I get stuck. In this case, I didn't really downgrade the car too much. It's not running turbo or intake as 6s. But, you know, that's why it's 710, not 714.
Robert, are you always cussing them out or something? Because I imagine if you're nasty to support, they probably put you on a blacklist or something where they're just like, pay no mind to this guy.
I mean, depending on which guy from support you're yelling at. If you yell at like the average support guy, they probably just, shut you off. But if you yell at the supervisor, that's when your account might disappear. So, I'm just speculating, but...
D-Dan, the War Robots test server is usually only on Saturday and Sunday, and you have to make sure you update the test server version every week before you get on there. Plus, it's only open for a few hours at a time, then it closes for a while, then it opens back up.
Yeah. Oh, Bunker Spies, you guys better not end the stream early, man. Don't do it. My puppy's feeling better, so I'm not positive, but I'm optimistic that we'll be okay today. He's coming a long way in a few weeks. He's really gotten so much better.
D
just
Black
listening
in the
to me
house
and not chewing my fingers off.
What's up, D Black? You called
D-Black,
them? How'd you get their phone number, buddy? I need that. I need their phone number.
Oh, call up that Travolta and yell at them.
Hey, you guys, stop giving me duplicate crate parts. I hate Donna. That's how it would go if I called him. Why is Donna such a jerk? She always gives me crappy stuff, man.
I gotta wonder how much that actress got paid for that role. Whether she regrets it now. She's probably the most recognized face in CSR2.
If they paid me for that role, I could care less if I was the turd burglar on here or whatever. I'd be like, hey, they gave me money. I don't care what they call me.
Well, it depends on how much they paid me. If you pay me and then I become like the most hated character in a video game, people get death threats. The voice actors get death threats. Can you imagine that?
That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy, isn't it?
I never would have imagined something like that, honestly. Man, that's terrible.
Yes.
I mean, those people really have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, I don't know. He's got most of the extensions to the departments. Daddy, what department do you want to complain to?
All of them. I don't know. Don't
Give me the
post
whole contact list for Natural Motion. Yeah. We'll prank call them each day in every line that they have.
Probably
and
a long
we'll live
distance.
stream it. How about that? Wouldn't that be funny? Prank calling them and then live streaming it. Oh man, we're both gonna get banned really fast for doing that one.
Yeah, we're gonna be having some copyright strikes on YouTube real soon here. They're probably already trying. They're probably sitting there watching this now, going, "Oh no, we gotta get rid of these guys instantly."
Insta ban. Where's that ban button? Where do we leave that ban button? Let's go find it. They'll comb through. They'll comb through all millions of accounts that they have to find us. They'll be like, "We'll find that account. They can't change their name and hide from us. We'll get them."
Yeah, I think he does, Nicholas. That sounds about right.
The turd burglar. I feel like the turd burglar picking up after my dog. So. Oh, look at the green fusions. I love them for $3.99. You too can get 5 green fusions.
Well, I've probably been playing this game for about 4 years or so. Probably about 4 years, I would guess.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know for sure. I never wrote down the actual date, and I'm really bad with keeping track of time, but this game had been out for just about 1 year when I started playing. So I think it's about 4 years, something along those lines.
You know what's funny, Danny? You know how I found CSR2?
How's that?
It was because a War Robots guy was apparently I was being told while I'm playing War Robots that a former clanmate of mine who, had a fallen out with me has now moved on to CSR2. I said, you know what? I'm going to go over to CSR2 and I'm going to aggravate him. So I'm gonna download that game, find him just to aggravate him. Of course, that never happened, but I like the game. So it's total fluke that I decided to start playing this game.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
For me, I was just like, yeah, I'm bored. I'm gonna go see if I can find a couple of games to download in the Google Play Store. And I saw CSR2 and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna download that. I hated CSR1, and then I kind of scrolled through some other games, and I scrolled back up and I saw it again. I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's try it out. Maybe it's better than the last one. So, yeah, that's kind of how I got the game.
Oh, somebody today asked me, how many actual individual races do you think is in the Sound of the Wind? You know, someone, I think it was Dave Benedum in my crew asked the question, and I thought about it. With all the relays included, what do you think? About at least 130 races, if not more?
Man, there's 80 races, and a lot of them do require 3, 4, 5 cars. Man, that's you'd almost have to really count, but I would say at least 100.
It's got to be well over 130 races. I mean,
yeah, at least I'd say at least 150.
I would say, yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah, I tried CSR2
Matrix,
Classic.
Welcome.
I tried CSR2 Classic as well, and it was terrible. I downloaded that and CSR2 on the same day, and I deleted CSR2 Classic right away after about an hour or half hour or something. I said, screw this game. And then I started to check out CSR2, and I was like, oh, wow, I actually like this one. Chimera, buddy, thank you.
I played it a little bit, but
thank you, bud.
I couldn't get into it because there's no tuning.
Robert, you sure CSR2 3 is coming soon? The amount of stuff they're adding new to this game, I'd actually be kind of surprised if we saw CSR 3. Plus, like, someone I know that works there kind of said they don't see that coming out anytime soon either.
All right, we got Denny, this is right up your alley. JC is asking, guys, I can't hit dyno time on the Nissan Proto. It's in the ship pattern.
I actually have a nice video about that where it's beating dyno by half a second. So basically, try to get a perfect start. All right, pretty much a split second after you launch, shift right into second gear. A split second after that, shift into third. Split second after that, shift into fourth, and then nitrous on fifth. Now that's what's working for me. You can go ahead and try that. Max, what did you find that you liked as far as a shift pattern?
I use my 2.0 shift pattern, which is just easier in my opinion for me because I don't have to think so much about how many shifts.
Oh, that's good, Robert.
Actually, you want to jump over real quick to look at the Z Proto, and we can show both of our ways of driving it.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Why don't we jump to yours first? You can show him how you have it set up and you drive it. And I haven't run the PC Cup on my second account, so I can actually run a few races of that.
All right. Yeah, I'll show you guys how I got mine set up. This works really good for stage 5 and stage 6. I think I messed with my tune a little bit because I was tuning for some weird stuff the other day, but it's pretty close to where it was. I'm trying to figure out how to get back to my garage here. The game's being kind of weird. Alright, let me go ahead and switch back to my screen. Let me find my game controller. Alright, now I gotta find this car. I think it's in my very last garage, so I gotta scroll through all this junk. Go through like 952 garages to get to the last one there. We'll get there eventually. Fun, there right? It is. Oh, I got another stage 6 for it. Sweet. Not sure where that came from. Must have been from the crew cup or whatever. Alright, so I'll give you guys an idea of how I got mine set up. Now, final drive right now is around 3.0. I don't think that's where I had it in the video. But I got the nitrous all the way up. I got the tires at 53/47. And the final drive should be somewhere around here, okay? Maybe a little bit different. But We got a dyno of a 12.640. And this should be dyno by about...
That's a half mile. Your quarter mile dyno is what matters.
Oh, yeah, I looked at the wrong thing. Hold on a second.
It's something like
we'll do a test run, and then we'll take it out. Check it out. 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third, fourth. Oh, it didn't shift. I don't know if this is my game controller or what, but sometimes I press the shift button and nothing happens. Let me do that again. All right, we got an 8.843 on the dyno. Sometimes I have a major malfunction, guys. Sometimes I have a major malfunction on that one button. 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third, fourth. Please shift into the right gear this time. Fifth and nitrous. Sixth, there we go. And that doesn't really seem right, but it works great. There we got an 8.564 with a dyno of a 843. But if I tuned it just a little bit differently, it would beat dyno by more than that, okay? I did change my tune the other day. I can't remember exactly where I had it. Did I make a preset? Oh, actually I did. Final drive's at 3.32, okay. There we go.
More aggressive.
Let's go ahead and test run that again. I'm glad I saved that because I didn't really feel like going to look it up. And the funny thing is, once you tune this car like this, you can actually leave it there. Even after you start adding stage 5 or stage 6 parts and fusion parts, you can kind of just leave the tune right here where it is. 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third, fourth. Now I'm all scared that it's not going to shift, guys. What's up, Bosco? Hey, you don't like my elevator music, man? There we got an 8.530 with a dyno of a 8.869, so maybe it's not beating dyno by as much as I thought, but still really darn good. That's how I set that guy up to bust some dynos.
Let me see if I can.
JC says, don't shift into second so quickly. I'm actually going to go ahead and put this stage 6 part on it. Corey, yeah, the Fury, or I think that's how you say it, that Mazda. It does have a lot of Evo points if you max it out. It's not really one of my favorite cars in the world, though. I don't like how it drives. I think Max was saying on the lower tunes, like if you lower stage parts, you can actually kind of do some cool stuff with it. Maxed out, it shifts incredibly fast. Not quite as bad as the McLaren F1, but it's a very fast shifting car, and it's not really a dyno beater when you max it out. Yeah, the Mazda Sound of the Wind car, guys.
Mazda Fury. It is the Fury. It's the Fury, but it's the Fury. Yeah, so the Fury's problem is that it is actually pretty decent before you build it much, and then it kind of falls on its face during the middle range of upgrades. And then, of course, it's pretty fast fully built, but it's not that easy to drive. So in the end, compared to something like the Bolide or the Absolute, I would not say the Fury's better. That's my opinion.
When you say is the Mazda worth investing in, which Mazda, buddy? Are you talking about the Fury or some other one? You gotta be real specific because we don't want to give out the wrong advice. Just because, you know, we might think you're talking about one thing, but it could be something else. We got Patty Quebec in the house. What's up, Patty? Hello,
That's
Patty.
Thomas.
How are you? Shh. What's up, Patty? We're just gonna call him Patty for the rest of the stream.
Oh, jeez. You're gonna upset Patty.
Right. I mean,
Danny,
yeah.
let me show you how I have my how I'm running my Z Proto. It's a little different than the way you're doing it. It basically ends up with the same result, which is interesting about this car. D Black, I think somebody on YouTube already got 6.8s out of the Fury, but let's be honest, it's no bolide because that car will still outrun it every day, any day.
Personally, I don't think it would be worth it upgrading all those cars just to get it. I mean, the car is amazing. It looks really cool, but there's better cars out there, in my opinion. It's not a bad car. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people are probably going to love that thing, but it's not really... I don't know. I don't enjoy the way it drives. Oh, Max, did you want me to switch screens? Is that what you said?
Pop over to mine. I'll show you how I'm driving the Z Proto.
All right.
All right. So I have a Z Proto here with just stage 6 body installed, full fusion. I actually beat the PC Cup on my main account with this setup, but my setup is lazier than yours, Danny. Because I'm lazy about shifting.
That works as well, but it doesn't beat Dyno by as much for me. Max's shift pattern is much easier. The same?
Yep. So the only difference is this, is that at the same level of upgrade, with a higher final drive, you have a slightly lower Evo, so you look like you have a slower dyno. But really, ultimately, the in performance is about the same. In fact, I'll go over now. I mean, 8.68 is not the best run. I can get 8.601 out of this setup. But let's go over and run the other tune, which for me generally runs about the same time on a slightly different dyno. Same upgrades, mind you. You know, oh, great. The game is, of course, taking forever to...
It's Portugal's first time on the stream, so thanks for stopping by, buddy. Good to have you here. That's awesome.
Yeah, welcome.
Kevin,
welcome.
I got a bunch of muscle and nerve pain, and I can't sit in a chair very long, so I kind of got to lay down in bed or whatever when I do my streams, so nobody wants to watch me laying down, so I don't have the face cam here. That's why I don't do that.
All right, so I'm using that 3.32 final drive you have. Although I'm not sure that's the best with just body. How many stage 6s did you have installed?
Even with 0 stage 6s, that works.
All right, so I'll stick with that.
Right now, I have 2. I had 3 before. On stage 5 only, that was beating Dyno by about half a second.
Not bad. But I mean, again, you know, don't forget it's starting off with a slower dyno of 9.0. Of course, it's going to look like it's going to beat it by more too. I'm starting off at 8.8 dyno, going to 8.6. Then now I'll probably go from 9.0 to 8.6. If I can get an 8.5 run out of it, that's even better, but I don't think so. So I'll do my best.
Zyodic, buddy. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that you can get those parts. If you got the keys and stuff, man, it's nice to be able to get parts for any car you want. I wish they would have done that a little differently, but you know what? Hey, it is pretty awesome overall.
See, 8.641, which is nice, but that's about what I can get on the other tune. So it's kind of like for me, both works. And I think as you get more upgrades, obviously this shift pattern is probably the way to go. Ultimately, the world record shift pattern is this, so therefore there has to be some basis for doing it this way. For me, though, just because I can shift less and I can play other account while I'm watching this second gear go, I set mine to this instead, and that's how I run mine. And notice the difference is that I start off at an 8.8 dyno versus a 9.0, but I end up at the same approximate runtime. So it's, you know.
What are the biggest mistakes I made as a beginner? Probably making some lousy cars elite instead of making really good live racing cars elite. I don't know. I mean, that's about the biggest mistake I made in the game that I can think of offhand.
Yeah, I think, Comet, we were just talking about that earlier about Sound of the Wind, that the name is actually what it means.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, actually. I think Aclavia was the one who told me that.
Yes, that's where I got it from, too, when Aclavia posted that in the chat.
Thomas says, how long does it take to make a shocking video for you? I'm not really sure what you mean there, Thomas. I don't think I make any shocking videos. Well, Robert, I'm glad I'm glad I helped you out, buddy. Glad
we
I
have a lot of money
out,
because we played for 3-4 years before they started putting event after event after event. So you actually had a chance to save up some money. Nowadays, with the current pattern of events, you know, I had 35 million coming into 2 seasons ago. Okay, now this account is down to 13. So that tells you how quick they're burning up your money.
Regular video, I mean, usually not that long. Usually takes me, I don't know, 15-20 minutes maybe to make a video. Some days less, just depends on what I'm doing. The worst part is putting it on the editing software and waiting for it to finish, and then I have to get the thumbnail and type in all the other stuff, all the tags and the titles and the descriptions. But for some reason in the morning I can sit down for about 2 hours, and after that I can't really sit down the rest of the day. But usually I bust out a video for each channel in about an hour and a half or 2 hours, including all the, you know, other stuff I have to do along with it. A man, buddy. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. No, you know what? I've never tried the F1 on stage 3 or stage 4, actually. What are you doing now, Max? Sorry.
Running the PC Cup one run after another.
Ah, gotcha.
Again, you know, I'm getting basically the same time whether I use the other pattern or this pattern, that shift, that tune or this tune. So I'm not particularly worried about it. It'll get through either way. Now, on body only, I have to tweak my timing a little bit to get even lower times, because with stage 6 body full fusion, you should be able to run an 8.6 flat, or maybe even an 8.59 something if you get really good shift pattern. But right now I'm not getting it, so I'm getting like 8.6.
What's up, Sin Snips? How you doing?
0 to 60, no issue.
Answering all the comments probably takes longer than anything, though, on these channels. I'm sure I miss some comments, but every day, you know, 3-4 times a day, I try and log on and start answering all your guys' comments.
Hey, this one might be a better run. Nope, it's not. Nope.
I thought the rare imports has been 15 for loyalty for a really long time on the silver keys.
Yeah, it's been 15 for a long time. Yeah.
Why the slow music? Well, that just happens to be the song that played, buddy. Is the F1 LM worth the grind? I'm actually not familiar with that car. Do you know anything about that one,
I heard it's
Max?
slower than the regular F1. I mean, if it's slower than the regular F1, it's probably not worth the grind.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about that car, so I don't know if it's a good one or not. KD, what's up, buddy? Thank you, and I really appreciate the donation, bud. That's really nice of you. Hope you're having an awesome day.
And so, I mean, the PC Cup isn't super easy this time, but it's not crazy hard. You know, the thing is, it really depends on what your upgrades are and which stage 6s you ended up with. This car's body stage 6 is really strong, but the rest of them are kind of weak. So, I'm playing the PC Cup pretty late. Am I really late? I thought I'm just like a day late. Not that bad, right?
Well, yeah, not bad at all, really. Let's see. Sometimes it's nice to save stuff for the videos too, you know?
Yeah, last season I played the PC Cup on the last Wednesday before, or the last day it was available, because I forgot about it. So, you know, I made enough points. I wasn't worried about my points, but then I'm like, how come I don't have more points? What did I not do this season? And it turns out it was the PC Cup.
Portugal says, Max, is it worth it to keep upgrading the GT3 Evo?
I haven't found a really solid setup for it after playing with it a bit. So my short answer to that is not yet. Not unless we discover that it does have some kind of tune that is really good in live. Because right now what happens is it gains a lot of performance points really fast, but the Evo points are not as quick to increase. So I'm not particularly keen on that car for outside of what we're doing. Actually, let me go show you guys the Fury real quick.
In order to get the F1 LM, you have to restore a whole bunch of those Elite Customs cars. There's like a list of them that you have to restore, and once they're finished, you get the car. It is not an easy task. It is not an easy task.
Nah, it's very hard actually. Right, here is the Fury. That's a good looking little car though. It really is.
Yeah, it looks super cool. I would love to have one.
It looks super cool.
But if I don't get one, I'll be just fine. That's how I look at it.
I love the little rotary piston looking exhaust too.
Low PP High Evo is actually the best live racing setup, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Look at it. Look at the one it's set up right now, right? This is not optimal, obviously, but with very little upgrade, the car actually gets high Evo. But once you go for more upgrades, it may not have high Evo. Now, what I would do is I would keep upgrading transmission, because transmission is what gives this car a lot of additional Evo, all the way up if you can somehow get stage 6 even better. But you know, it's pretty decent in live just the way it's set up now. The Audi R6 Avant still killed me, but I think that guy had it down tuned so that it beat Dyno by a ton. But outside of that one guy, I didn't have too much trouble winning.
Congrats, Niner. He got it today.
Congrats. Like I said, it's one of the cooler new cars that they've introduced games, so I think it's definitely something worth playing with. But you know, it's either you build it up and go to the faster lobbies like what Robert's doing in 8.2, or you're better off just staying in the slower lobby and just, you know, kind of milk its slight advantage when it comes to the low performance point high Evo setups, which actually is pretty effective. Again, I'm facing off with a car that is really good. I'm not going to try to win this because I'll be running under dyno, but I'll be facing off with a car that's probably running around 2000 Evo, around the same lobby range, the Ghost package. But again, I could have won that. It just, you know, I don't like pushing my newly minted cars under dyno right away in a live lobby. I tend to play at least 10-20 races before I start doing that. But that
a lot of the go ahead.
No, finish. Go ahead.
A lot of the best part about the low PP and high evo is a lot of them don't really need to beat dyno time to win live races, which means they never really get pushed into the faster lobbies. But once you start running them faster than your dyno, it's gonna keep getting pushed.
Yep. I mean, again, you can push these cars. Like this RS6 Avant probably will beat me too. I've seen them run 12-1s in the 12-8 lobbies. So it depends on how he shifts it, how much he's willing to push it. I guess, beating me in live, some people are willing to push their car a lot harder. But so that's a car that's going to run probably like a 12-2, 12-1. He slowed down. You see that?
Oh.
So he knows he's going to get pushed. And I'm not going to back off because I'm losing. So there you go, 12-3, 9-6. Now I can tell you this lobby's full of cars that should be dynoing around 12-7 to 12-8 or 12-6 at best. So here are guys that are basically in here pushing their cars. I can probably race them 10 times and kick them out of here, but it's not really something worth doing. It's kind of a waste of everybody's time.
If you see somebody slow down, it's because they're trying to run slower than their dyno so they don't get pushed.
Yeah, I mean, my dyno, my car's dyno is actually 12.6, about 12.6, and there's a lobby advantage with this car, so you're really in about a 12.7 lobby. So those guys are dynoing probably 12.7s and running 12.2s. You can do that and get away with it for a while, but at some point, it's going to be an issue. And I know exactly what that car can do. I mean, it's not something I haven't played with.
I think that would be awesome if they added some funny cars, but I don't see it happening. Aiden, hello, how's it going?
Everybody's busy. All right, so let's take a look at the dyno on this car real quick. I actually have to verify what I had it dynoing at. 12.5, okay?
Niner, buddy, thank you for becoming a member. I really appreciate the extra support. That's super awesome of you, buddy. Thank you.
Now, 12.5 is actually kind of a bad dyno spot. I don't really like it. You're better off in 12.7 or 12.3. 12.5s tend to put you against badly lobbying opponents. Oh, Soundwave found me. With a Bach Mono. Oh, joy. He wants to win.
Ooh, look. That's a cool color, green. I like that.
Ken, I think, again, the Mazda is a decent live racer. I'm not sure about the other stuff that they're introducing. I can tell you I haven't had any luck yet with that Huracan, but, it doesn't mean that it's terrible. It's just I haven't had any luck with it.
What's up, Dream Car or Dream Girl? Ziotic, no, I haven't seen the new NASCARs. I don't really follow NASCAR. So I'm not really sure what it is you're talking about. Did they add some pretty crazy new cars or what?
I mean, we have a list of nice new cars coming as part of these events. I don't know if they're talking about that. That Bach Mono, if he's running the tune I think he's running, he can really control the lobby pretty easily with it. Runs about 0.8 of a second under the lobby time if needed.
Someone says, answer a question from Nick. I don't see... I'm not sure which question that's referring to.
I don't see a Nick.
Neither do I. I see no Nick.
Now, I forgot exactly what's a good shift pattern for this Mazda too. So that's another possible thing to work on, is figuring out with lower upgrades what's the best way to shift this car, because, that's going to be something. All right, let's see.
Ajax, AJICS, hello. You quit playing a year ago, huh? But it's cool you're back at the game. Good to have you back, man. The game
Would
is
I
a lot
invest
of fun,
in
actually.
Bitcoin? You're late to the party for that. I mean, with these kind of currency things, you got to jump in early so you can really earn the value increase. I think if we were to buy Bitcoin now, we're all late to the party.
You would have to find some sort of new cryptocurrency and hope that
Yeah, like that dog coin from years ago.
Yeah.
But that's nothing new now. We're running out of, they got to come up with a new one. Then I'll buy some.
I don't really even understand cryptocurrency, honestly, because to me it's just like it's like fake. It's not real money. I don't know where that you can't go down to the Walmart and spend it. So
It's internet hype coins, man. That's what it is.
I
But
don't
you know
get
what? What you got to cash out now and then. That's what you should do.
to me, it just seems like I always thought it was some sort of like thing to scam people, but you know, I mean, I know now that it's not. But when it was first coming out, I thought it was just a big scam. But yep, people got rich off that stuff.
I had a guy tell me all about this years ago. He said, "You got to get Bitcoin." I go, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
Right? He said, "Trust me on it." This was years ago, and I could have probably, if I actually bought it back then, obviously, I'd probably be here driving one of these hypercars. But anyway, the point is, a lot of it is kind of almost like gambling, and it's how long you sit on it. So,
well, kind of like stock as well. It's kind of like stock.
Ah, yeah. Oh, did I just leave the lobby?
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm always one of those people that are scared to gamble with my money. I've never had much. If I had a lot of money, I'd probably invest in some junk, you know what I mean? But me, I've never really had extra money to do anything with, so.
All right, Denny, let's jump back to you. Let me get a little break here. So let's jump back to your account, and I'll take a browse through some of these questions and see if I can answer any of them.
Hold on a second. Alright. Back to my channel, guys. We're gonna go do some more Showdown races. We'll Max reads through the chat here. Let's go ahead and do some showdowns and get some RP for my crew. Stocks. I didn't say stalks. Maybe I did. I don't know. Max, are you still here? Uh-oh. Did we lose Max? Or did he go? I don't know. Maybe I missed something here, but... Yeah, I bet NM stock is probably doing very well. I know that company does great. That company does great, actually. Oh, phone call, okay. No, Bunker Spy. Don't say such things. That's not a good joke, buddy. Not a good joke. Alright, let's go beat this dude up. Here we go. Hey, Max won the lottery in Africa. You gotta send him $10,000 to get your million? Yeah, I actually wish I had, I wish I would have had money to invest in stuff, because I know a lot of people that did really well investing in things like that, but a lot of these gaming companies, though, I think a lot of these gaming companies, their stock would really be worth buying.
Hey, I just got the most important call of my life. I have magically won $1 billion. It's in a bank in Africa. All I have to do is send over my bank information, and they'll send me money. Woo! You gotta love those phone calls.
That's a good one, buddy. If you don't want to do it, you know, maybe I'll give them my bank information. They can put it in mine.
Yeah, send me your bank account info, Daddy, and make sure the bank account has a lot of money in it, and make sure that I have access to that money. Yes, you know, we just pay them for the cheap price of all that money you have in your bank. We'll give you $1 billion. So, anyway, sounds legit. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do this, guys. Let's all become billionaires overnight. Okay. Sorry about that. I actually got an important phone call I had to take, but you know, that's why I kind of disappeared off of the voice chat really fast. But I was reading the questions. I didn't see any questions really. It's mostly comments, and somebody said I had a heart attack. Yeah. All right.
No heart attacks here, guys.
Are they putting in more NASCARs? Are we sure about that? Because I haven't seen anything about that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Flying Dragon, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't worry too much about the Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 cars as far as which ones to elite because, alright, they don't earn as many points, they don't earn as much cash. Most people start really doing most of their live racing with a Tier 4 and Tier 5 car. I mean, it's cool to elite some of the little cars, but I don't know how to put it. It's cool to have some of those good Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3s elited, but I don't know about you, Max, but I never really live raced any of the lower tiers except for very occasionally.
Yeah, I mean, I run, I only run Tier 4 as the lowest tier. I don't really go into Tier 2 or 3. So, you know, like Tier 2 is a good tier because a lot of the Tier 2 cars are what is essentially low performance point high evo cars in its bracket of 3, 2, and Tier 1 cars. But I tend not to hang out in there though. You'll see me in there once in a while, but very rarely.
Now, there's nothing wrong with leading the Proto Z. It's actually I think it's a pretty good choice. There's a lot of Tier 3 cars that are capable of beating the Tempest races, like a lot. It's probably the problem. Tier 3 is probably the easiest, I would say.
The problem with Tier 3 is that most of those cars don't have really high Evo points, and they do beat Dyno, right? But unfortunately, the Tier 2 cars beat Dyno too. So if you match the two together, the Tier 2 cars tend to come out ahead. For example, if you put the GTI Rocket Bunny, the Mini Cooper GP, or even the Boxster S up against most Tier 3 cars, they're going to come out ahead. Unless that Tier 3 is severely down-tuned, in which case it can win, but then it'll get kicked relatively quick. A classic is our good old Dodge Challenger Hellcat. I can down-tune the hell out of that car and beat Tier 2 cars for their money, but then I'm going to get kicked, you know, out of my lobby. So, yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword there with that tier.
I sound like I'm in a barrel?
Well, I mean, you sound fine to me from my end, but you're a little bit, like, almost like a little bit further from your mic kind of sound.
That's interesting. Right next to it. See, Tracy Flowers says, how's your dog doing, Max?
Oh, my dog is doing great. He got me a few more times during the week since he's feeling better. So I consider that a sign of recovery when he started nipping at me again. No, but in all seriousness, he's doing a lot better. We had to give him medication. We had to really watch his diet. And he was kind of down over the weekend, last weekend, after I jumped off of the stream. I had to take him actually to the emergency vet. But he's feeling much, much better. Thank you for asking.
Claudia, I'm not really sure what you mean by worst daily goal. Honestly, I barely even pay attention to those daily goals. I mean, I probably should, but I don't really try to complete them. I just collect whichever ones I finish by chance. I get kind of lazy sometimes.
I skip those 100 perfect shift ones. I know it's not that hard to do, guys. I know you can pick a car that has like 800 shifts and just perfect shift them all. But I just hate the fact they make you do 100 of them. So whenever I see 100 perfect shifts, I just go up, skip that goal, next. So the 20 perfect launch, it's not so hard to do, but it's still obnoxious. But the 100 perfect shift one, I just don't. It's when I have to break out the Bentley, and I don't like driving the Bentley. So.
Last time I took the Super into live, it was doing very well still. See, for example, I've completed, 2 of these? So I'm just going to go ahead and collect these. Alright, let's get that. We got a part. And I'm really not even going to look at the rest of them. I should check. Oh, wait, there's something up here. Oh, crap, I hit the wrong thing. Here we go. Yeah, I don't even really pay attention to those, honestly. When you've been playing a game for 4 years, you kind of get a little bit lazy. Like the daily battles, I should be doing more daily battles, but I get kind of lazy on those.
Yeah, me too. I only do 1 a day. You really can do, I think, 3 a day if you really focused on it.
Yeah.
I could be at 5,000 races, I think, at this point. But
I probably do like 1 a day.
Yeah, I've only done 3,200. So
there's some sort of message here. Oh, they must be writing me about something.
Hey,
I'll look at that.
Maj is in here. That's Team X Racing crew member. Welcome. I like it when my crew members show up.
Hello,
Always
Maj.
appreciate
Welcome to the stream. All right, got another stage 6 crate. I mean, another bronze crate. What am I talking about? Stage 6.
Stage 6 crate. I wish they were called that. If I could get a stage 6 crate, I'd be in heaven with this game.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing, right?
Oh yeah. The Bentley daily battles. You gotta love that. I actually, years ago, or 2 years ago, I made a video of some of the worst daily battles of that time. And the Bentley GT3R was one of those cars people had a lot of problems with. They hated it for daily battle. It was like, oh, it's too quick and too slow. Hey, D Black, man, I already gave a shout out when Melon 555 came in, but I'll give another shout out again. I got 2 of my Helena Hitman guys in here. I got Team X Racing guys in here. So definitely appreciate you guys for coming and joining the stream.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, everybody. Thanks for stopping out. See, Clavia says technically you could do 6 of those per day if you didn't sleep.
Wow.
Those of you who have
I'm
insomnia.
almost not sleeping anyway. Maybe I'll start doing that.
Those of you got the insomnia, man, now you know what to do, right? You know what? I should probably go do a daily battle. I bet we have one ready because I've been slacking on those.
There is a guy on Facebook who actually sets his alarm to run the daily battle. I remember he posted up a picture of like 5,000 plus daily battles completed or something. So, somebody out there's doing them that way. All right, Luca, Flavia from also here. I used to be part of that crew, but I had to temporarily put that account on ice.
Well, poop sandwiches.
Oh, did you lose?
Yeah, I sure did.
See, you probably launched it on perfect, I think. You got to be off a little off perfect on that card.
I did a late launch.
Oh, you did?
Maybe this one likes perfect. I don't know.
Maybe. the daily battle used to not have that watch the ad to rematch thing. So once you screw up, you're done. And then you got to wait a whole day to run it again. And I remember when the GT3R was pissing people off, and also when the Sesto Elemento was the daily battle and people didn't know how to drive it. People were crying on Facebook, oh my God, it's been 5 days. I haven't made it through the daily battle. I go, oh, geez, guys, come on.
That's funny,
you know, I feel
actually.
bad for you, but it's not that hard. So we used to give out like advice on how to do daily battles. That's why I made a video, because people were that frustrated.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, most of the dailies are pretty easy, but every once in a while you get a car that takes several tries because it's weird.
Yep.
Totally says the Sesto is a pain in the bum bum. I kind of like the Sesto, though.
The Sesto and the LB Aventador launched the same way. I think the problem is everybody's so used to launching perfect, they don't launch late. And then when they launch perfect, all you get is wheel spin, the car doesn't go anywhere, and you lose your daily battle right away. That's, you know. And the first shift in the Bentley is you got to catch it. That's the key. When you launch it, you got to catch that shift. And it's quick, so a lot of people mess up on that one.
Well, Bandit, you're going to have to do the Sound of the Win event and the Pro Leagues Avenue event and all that stuff to get enough tickets to buy that car.
Yep. And if you're really, really short, you can do what I did. Pay $5.99 for 800 tickets. So, I mean, I wasn't short. I was just impatient, so I bought 800 tickets.
I've just been I've just been triggered. Now I get it. Yeah, I'm not in the mood to carry on about the Sesto today. Sometimes I yell at y'all and get a little crazy there, but not today. Sorry, guys. Not today. Maybe next time you make fun of the Sesto, I'll yell at y'all, but not this time.
It's actually $647 with taxes, and it's you know, you always forget about taxes. It looks great, $5.99, but when you get the bill, it's like, wait, dude, that's like almost $650. What the hell? So, yeah, you can forget the taxes.
Yeah, taxes suck.
If they actually use their taxes for something useful, then I don't complain as much. But
I agree. I think a lot of what they do with the taxes is pretty terrible, but hey, that's a different story. Let's not get into that kind of stuff.
$1,000 toilet seats for airplanes. I don't know about that. Okay, that's a little much.
Real 85, what's up? Good to see ya.
I don't want to talk about taxes. I get depressed when I see my tax bill. So let's skip the topic and move on.
Flying Dragon.
Hey,
I'm not sure what
welcome.
you're talking about there. Alright, I think I might have hit a wall here. I gotta race the principal, guys. I hope I don't get a detention. That's all I can say. Please don't give me a detention, Mr. Principal.
No, you gotta try the... Are you losing?
I sure lost that one. Dang.
Well, that's because you went up against a Club Sport. That's a 7.2 car.
That guy whooped my butt, man.
Well, that's like when I pull up to one of the GTs, I go, I'm sorry, dude. You're going to lose. I feel bad, but when I'm driving the Club Sport and Showdown, I pull up to a GT, I'm just kind of looking at him like, dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I hope you don't
Dragon.
do the first gear anger thing with me, that's all.
Yeah, Dragon, I'm on the Showdown event, yes.
Bugger Spite's like, I was gonna max the Sesto, but then they make me max 5 other cars. That's exactly what's happening nowadays. We're maxing so many cars so fast that none of us can keep up. We're all running out of money. We're gonna be a bunch of bankrupt individuals.
Unless you got a giant wallet, you kind of have to skip a lot of these events, unfortunately.
You have to. There's really no choice. So. Yeah, Denny's doing the Showdown right now. That's the, what's it? Championship Showdown. Hey, still beta.
I'm
only
a
3 years
champion. I know everything's beta, right?
Yep.
They're probably too lazy to change the little thing from the name. Too much coding to take the word beta out of it or something, you know?
When they take it out, the game crashes. So they just leave it in. Like, we're not going to touch that.
That could be. You know, I don't even think I'm shifting this car properly because I forgot how to shift it. And I'm too lazy to look it back up again. That's pretty bad when you get that lazy. Alright, Clavius said there's a 3 million game cash giveaway going on.
Good.
But yeah, I think they're having way too many events.
They got to extend these events out a little bit. Now, we're going to get them again. They already said that. They're going to run these events twice. But of course, they're not going to give you any crates the second time around. But, you know.
Yeah, I think they're having way too many events way too close together. They don't really give you any time to breathe or recover your game cash. It's just like event, 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 event. Next thing you know, you have 0 game cash. And then you're like, oh, how am I going to upgrade this season's Prestige Cup car? But yeah. That's why I'm not really messing with the Sound of the Wind event. I just don't have the game cash to upgrade, you know, 5 more Tier 5 cars.
Yeah, wow, wait till... I think somebody said that if you were to upgrade every single car in this American series, okay, and mind you, this series is only supposed to run 90 days. If you upgrade every single car, it's a 210 million in cash.
That's more than you can make in 90 days, I do believe.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, unless you're like you're capping every day, I think you may be able to get there. But I mean, that's just insane.
If you're one of those guys that plays for like 8, 9, 10 hours a day, and that does exist, you might be able to make that much game cash. But someone like me who pops on for 1, 2, maybe 3 hours a day, here and there, more like probably 2 hours a day for me, off and on. I mean, if you grind your butt off, you're lucky to make $1 million per day. I'd say I bet I average on a good day for me around 500,000 game cash. Used to be about $1 million when I grinded even more, but
yeah,
I got so much stuff going on throughout my day. You know, I pop on to do the stuff I need to do.
It's for every car you're going to use in the event. I mean, assuming you're building it from the ground up too, which it shouldn't be the case. But even if you put that at a quarter of that amount, okay, 50 million that you got to spend. I mean, how many of you are sitting on 50 million to spend? Okay, now
I was.
Everybody looks at my money amount and always go, "Well, you got a lot of money," but the point is that it's very easy to spend it all, and then it's not so easy to get it back. So
I went from 60 million down to 19 in about what, a 3-week period.
Yep. Well, I'm remember I was at 100 million not that long ago.
Yeah.
I'm down to 50 something now, so it goes easy.
Yeah, Dragon, I'm the same way, buddy. If I play too much on something, I get burned out and get tired of it. So I try not to play too much.
I feel bad.
Why?
He went from 30 million to 200K.
I believe it.
No, I believe it too, absolutely. But I'm just saying that's a lot. That's a lot of spending.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent
and
40 million
cash can be real tiring. So, you know, that could wear you out.
Yeah, for sure. Oh no, I lost.
Now, Corey, if you have enough fusions, the TS1 might be your best bet, because TS1 is going to end up being one of the later event cars too for this America series. So I think it's TS1. It's in one of the events. I could be wrong, but I would say TS1 if you have the parts.
Yeah, the Bugatti, the FFXK isn't really a good live racer. The Bugatti's not a great live racer. I mean, if you want to swap with those cars, they're great for swapping. They're nice and fast. They're good cars overall. None of those are easy to get parts for the most part, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's remember the Fury event is only the beginning of the iceberg that our Titanic, game account is heading towards.
Yes.
So we haven't even hit the iceberg yet. Wait till the later rounds of events start kicking in, and a lot of these cars are not cars I would have built. I mean TS1, yes, but some of these others, as soon as I look at the list, I go, can I skip that? Because it's really not worth it.
Tier 5 without the fusions is somewhere around 6 million game cash, I do believe.
No, about 4. About 4 without fusions.
Are you sure?
At tier 5. 4 or 5 million. 4 or 5 million. It's not 6. That extra million went into the fusions.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
I could have swore it was almost 6 million, but...
I mean, if you fully build a car, tier 5 generally costs you completely about 6 million.
Yeah, okay, you're talking after adding all the fusions in, okay.
Right. I mean, I'm going for the Fury because I realized messing around on the content event that the Fury at least has hope long term. I looked at some of the other cars and I don't see a lot of hope long term for them. Not that we have access to all the cars yet, but who knows what's going to happen with that Indy car? Maybe it'll be a super great car, maybe it sucks. So it's hit or miss with these. That's the problem. You do an event thinking that the final prize is going to be awesome, and then you finally get it and it's crap and it sits in your garage for 5 years.
I've got so many cars that I was like, oh, this is going to be the best thing ever. And then I upgrade it and it's really not,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how many... Let me ask you guys this question. The big hype was to get the NASCAR, right? And how many people is actually running the NASCAR nowadays? Other than Max Lobby, where I see some swapping with it, really you don't see the NASCAR at all. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's really cool, but nobody's running that thing.
Nobody's running it, and that goes for some of the other major prize cars and flash cars. I don't see all that many. In fact, we're going to be forced to use this. So I guess it's good that I bought it and built it. Remember the what's that thing? It starts with A. Hold on, let me pull it up. The Apollo. Okay, that was sold to us as the new fastest car in CSR2, and it turned out to be a dud. But the Apollo is going to be forced on us again, and we have to use it for one of the events. And I never see one in live racing because nobody wants to use it because it sucks.
When I got this orange car right here, I dumped all these parts into it. I was so excited, and then I realized, oh, this can't really win a live race. I mean, it can, but not really. It was so disappointing. I mean, that's one of those cars where I was like, oh, it's gonna be great. Then I remember when I got my first Bugatti Chiron and upgraded that and realized, oh, it's fast, but it can't beat Dyno Time. It won't win any live races. There are so many cars I've been really disappointed with, honestly.
Yeah, the trash pack. Yeah, that Aston Martin event, I was so excited for it to get the trash pack, and I got it.
Trash machine.
At least it looks good, so you'll collect dust along with all the other trash packs I've gotten over the years. I mean, look at, if you really go through your garage, and I try to make cars work. I try to find a tune that I can actually do something with it. I would say a good 70% of the cars we won in the game are pretty much useless. That's just the reality of it. And with them changing matchmaking in live on their whim without telling us how they did it, it's like you'll have a car that you think is great for a year or two, and then all of a sudden an update later the thing can't win for its life. And then what? Do I spend another 3 hours trying to figure out how to tune the car, or do I just let it go? So I don't know. That's exactly the kind of the situation with this game. And yes, the F1 is king for a live still. The F1 at least doesn't suck. So that's the one saving grace there. But yeah, it's free. It only takes you a year and a half to get it.
That's about how long it took me. About a year and a half, exactly.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's tough, you know. It's and my thing is, this is a racing game with a lot of cars. If there's 600 cars in the game, I would like at least 300 of them to be viable in live racing, so I don't have to drive the same car 12,000 miles in game. I mean, we don't drag race in real life for 12,000 miles in a car. It would drive you nuts, right? So why can't I use all different cars? It's more fun that way. The whole point of this is supposed to be fun. This is a game. It's supposed to be fun. I find that more people come to me with stress than they do with fun, which is a problem. But you know,
wow.
Now I'm just whining about the game. Let's go back on topic about.
Wait a second.
The Supra here.
I got this thing on stage 4, and it's got over 2,000 Evo. Is that right?
That's correct. Once it's fully elite, it's a low performance point, high Evo car. That brings me to a good point here. I actually wanted to bring this up. I keep forgetting to talk about it. A lot of these elite tuner cars are really good at lower upgrades once fully elite because of all the extra fusion slots.
But that's the thing. You got to get those elite upgrades on them, or they kind of suck, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You got to have the elite upgrades. But, you know, even when you have it, it depends on if the car comes with a lot of lower upgrade extra fusions. Because, for example, the Supra does. The R35 GTR doesn't have as many, but the R34 does too. So they're a little different. Each car is a little different.
In order to raise the...
leading them seems to do a lot.
In order to raise the stars on these cars, you have to get all those tokens and upgrade them to the maximum amount of elite customs levels. On these elite tuners cars, they have 35 elite customs levels, so you just gotta grind your butt off and get all those elite tuners tokens.
Exactly. I mean, getting these tokens for newer players is tough. I understand that because you don't have strong cars for Showdown, and that's the major source for it.
I slowed down too much on that one. Alright. No idea what the dyno is on this car because it's not in the same lobby as my dyno. But we're just gonna do some live racing here, just to show off how well the car does. That was my fault that I lost that one. I totally messed that one up. So let's go race another Supra. He said no. He's like, I don't want to race no Danny Lightning. There's nothing but Supras in here for the most part. All right,
well,
Dodge
it's a very
Demon.
popular car because it's one of the first nice Tier 5 free cars that every new player gets now. So everybody likes to build them, and you know, let's be honest, it's not that hard to build, and it's a decent car, so you're gonna see a lot of them in live line. Oh, you crashed.
Unreal, man.
All right,
well,
I guess
I guess I lost that race, everybody. All right, we'll go to Max's garage for a bit then.
All right, well, here I'll set up the I'll set up the green snot real quick.
I should check my tune. I don't know if I have it tuned for that or not. But yeah, I have a whole video about setting the Supra up for live racing, guys. That thing's actually really awesome. I think it's probably on my Elite Tuners playlist and my How to Drive playlist.
Big 60. I can probably push that back over 2,000.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm on the stage 4 tune.
Now, I did a video about this, and I guess while we're live, let me talk a little more about this again with you guys. Because it's a hard concept sometimes to truly understand. when we talk about low performance point high evo, okay, just because you have high evo and this doesn't look like it's super high doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win there. What you have to understand is your dyno has to be a dyno that doesn't make sense at that level of performance points. The evo is making up the difference, and that's what's helping you. Okay, now if I had a 680 performance point 2000 evo doing 9.9, that is not a low performance point high evo setup that will have an advantage because your performance point's too high. So a 680 car should be doing 9.1s for you to have a lobby advantage. And that's just from experience. I'm not saying I actually know what the algorithm is with natural motion, but that's observational through playing with these setups all the time. So let me go into live and see how quick I crash. Are you loaded up now, Danny?
Yeah. What stage are you on, Max? Are you on stage 4?
Mix of stage 3 and 2s, except for I left body at stage 6, I believe.
I probably won't find you then.
Yeah, let's see. I'll race something that's tough like this. Oh, well, never mind. Decision's been made for me. I was going to take on the Griffiths, which is actually tougher, but let's see how well we fare here. Now, this should be the 10. If I have lobby advantage, that means that Rocket Bunny car is going to be in a 10-something lobby, and therefore I should easily outrun it. Okay, but if it's not, then he'll catch up to me at the end and I'll lose. So this is where how your setup has to. So that's a dyno beater car. You guys remember that, right? It runs about 2/10 under dyno. So that's probably on a 10.1 dyno, which means I push myself a little bit to win here, but I should be pretty solid in this lobby. This is kind of how I look at setups when I go into lobbies. Now, can I make this a little stronger? Probably. But, you know, the lower this is, the higher that is, the greater the variance, the greater your chance of having a good lobby advantage over other players' cars with not as good a setup. So that's where the lobby advantage term that I keep using comes from. I'm probably going to lose this one if they're willing to bet 200K. Now, the 911 Turbo S 992 has a crazy tune for high evo, but it's really hard to shift. So
Flying
let me see
Dragon?
how well.
The way we're setting these up is they don't beat dyno time, but they win races. Therefore, they don't get pushed. So if your car
so
is
he's running a
pushed,
dyno buster tune.
you got to reset it.
It's not hard to do that with a lot of these cars. He just did a 9.5. So that's why he was able to bet the 200K. Now, you can do that with a lot of cars, but I suspect if I make him run 9.5 once or twice more, he'll be gone. So, you know, 992 Porsche. Let's try one of these guys. Oh, Soundwave is quick to find me with his cars.
I think most people live race, but not everybody. The thing with live racing is it's good to get keys. It's really good to get extra keys.
Yeah, that's really what a lot of this comes down to, is just, you know, those keys are real important, especially the silver ones. But the Club Sport doesn't have a high evo setup, but it may have a dyno beating setup. It's possible he's running that 992 low performance point high evo setup, although I think I did a video on one of the crazy tunes with that, but I'm not sure if it's a 996 car or it was. I thought it was slower than that, but it's possible he's doing that.
Barton sounds like he found a crazy tune for that Gamera. That's pretty awesome, bud.
Yeah, that's one of the glitch tunes that's available for the Gamera. It actually could be further down tuned. You can actually run like a 1600 Evo tune on that and beat dyno by a good half a second or more, and still have lobby advantage. But I think at that point it's overkill. It's not really a safe setup at that point. Let me look at my 992 setup and see if it's that low performance point high evo car actually is for that lobby.
How do you reset your car? Just run a bunch of races while going slower than the dyno. Usually it takes
you gotta
maybe
go a lot slower than dyno to really reset them though.
you might have to go maybe
really
10. Yeah, like don't shift into the last gear or something. Run nice and slow. Maybe do like 10, 15, 20 races. Depending on how far you've been pushed, depends on how many races it takes to get out of it. But yeah, run real nice and slow for a while. And you'll get back into the lobby where you should be.
Okay, so I'm pushed. Whoop. You mean my Supra is pushed? That's probably true. I've been racing the Supra fully maxed on dyno, dyno beating for other reasons, but that sometimes can get you pushed up a lobby. But if I'm swapping with Bosco here, slow like I'm doing, it'll reset my car back anyway. So that's one way to reset, by the way. If you just swap slow, it'll slowly reset you as well.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it without losing all the races,
Yep. All right, let's do one round more, and then I'm gonna jump back out. The purpose here wasn't to come in and do a bunch of live races, but I just wanted to show that the Supra you lead it has very easy low performance point high evo tunes. Now the Porsches, a lot of the Porsches are dyno busters. They're not actually that hard to set up either, so having a 9-second 9.5 Porsche in the 9.8 lobby is possible. But I am back. Okay, so anyway, that was just a Supra, which again I think it's a decent car. I'm not saying it's necessarily a lobby killer, but this way it at least is a lot more competitive. The same actually goes for this car. Can be pretty competitive. Notice that's a 645, almost 2000. Same concept, so it depends on what you want to do. Now, somebody mentioned about the GT2 RS Club. Would it have a dyno buster tune? Probably. Thank you, Bosco, for helping me reset the car a little bit. So, I mean, this car probably has a dyno buster tune. One of the easiest ways for me to find out is do something like this and watch the Evo drop.
Yeah, Dragon, just keep running those slow ones for a while. You'll get out of there. You'll get out of there eventually. Normally it doesn't take that long.
Well, so one of the things you guys have to be careful of is you already push one lobby. You probably don't want to keep racing faster and faster, because that's one of the reasons people kill their cars is you're going to get pushed if you're running under dyno. That's sooner or later issue, not a if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah.
But when it happens, don't keep racing faster and faster. Start resetting right away. It's much easier to reset when your car is only slightly pushed than if you're like 4 lobbies faster than where your dyno is. You may never be able to reset that car, where it's going to take you like 60 races to reset it. So you got to watch how you look at that. Oh, that didn't beat dyno. So that doesn't have like a Evo drop tune, at least not even with almost no parts available here. Let me see here, 1.9. Yeah,
Claudius says the best option is to swap.
Yeah, so I mean, the Club Sport I didn't find to be that useful tune-wise. That's why it's good for Showdown, but it's not all that great. At least not now, not without further investigation. It might turn out to be decent if I fix the shift pattern and other things and figure out what I'm supposed to be doing with it. Yeah, no, it's not beating dyno yet. Default tune could reset cars. There are a lot of things you can do. So yeah, not really feeling the Club Sport that much.
What's my favorite car in the game? Man, that's a hard one to answer because there's so many good cars in this game. But one of my favorite looking cars is definitely the Supra is one of my favorites, and I also really like the Sesto Elemento a lot. There's a million tier 4 cars that I absolutely love. There's just so much good stuff going on. So much good stuff going on. Alright, do you want me to switch back to my screen?
I mean, I can keep running that Fury event a little bit if people want to see it. But, you know, we can go back to your screen for now.
Alright, we'll go back to mine for a bit. We're playing with the Supra here. But I usually I don't hit my nitrous. You know, I try to run slower than my dyno time. And the Supra still wins most races. I might have actually got pushed somehow. There we got a 9.663. So I don't know. It seems like the car is not running quite as good as it used to. I'm gonna go check my dyno actually.
I think the problem with the Supra is that it does seem to bump relatively easily.
Yeah, it does.
I think the game is getting so much data from the Supra since so many people are running it. So you don't always get like a nice advantage in the lobby with it. But it seems to work well with the lower upgrades, like any of the elite custom cars. Once it's fully elite, fully built, if you drop it back down to relatively low upgrades, it seems pretty competitive.
Tristan, buddy, my recommendation is don't spend your keys, buddy. You got to save up. I tell everybody, try to save up at least 2,000 silver keys. Stop spending the silver keys, okay? Once you get a bunch of them saved up, that's when it's okay to start spending the keys to get the Prestige Cup car, because if you don't have very many saved, you're always going to struggle. Like, I've got a couple videos on key management and resource management and stuff, and it's super important to save all of those. So, I mean, if you really don't need to do the Prestige Cup to get the respect points, you know what I mean? You really don't need to do those, in my opinion. You don't really need to get that car. I mean, it's a really cool little car and stuff, but I suggest saving your keys for a while.
One of the things is once you save once to 750 and don't burn it all in one shot, things start to get easier and easier down the line. And you'll find that you're able to save your amount of keys more and more easily because you're not spending. And you might get lucky and get it on the first pull. That's how you build up over 1,000 and eventually into the higher amounts.
But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, you might have 2 or 3 seasons in a row where it takes you all 15 tries. I mean, that doesn't happen often, but it does happen sometimes. Most of the time,
we all have those seasons.
Most of the time, it takes me between 1 and 10 tries. Actually, most of the time, 1 to 5, but sometimes it takes a little longer. Sometimes I have off seasons, but you just never know when you're going to have one of those bad seasons or when you might have a couple of those bad seasons in a row. So yeah, it's really good to save up those keys just in case, because like I said, if you don't have them, you're always going to struggle if you only have so many keys. Well, crap sandwiches. Everybody's beating me today, so I don't know. Which is surprising.
Car may need a little tweaking.
I got a dyno of a 9.5 and I'm running 9.6s, so either something changed on this car or I'm not exactly sure what happened there, honestly. I might need to run some going really slow to get myself reset. I'm not really sure, but hopefully they didn't change this car. I mean, sometimes they do that and you don't know it. They make some changes and you just have no idea.
Gotta use the wink trick, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. How did I come up with the crab sandwiches?
You make fun of something and then it ends up being like something people pick up on and have fun with.
One day I just said, "Oh, crab sandwiches," and quite a few people said, "Oh my god, that's so funny." Like, I got a lot of comments about it, so I kept saying it. Everybody liked it. I don't know.
It's a fun comment, and then once it catches on, it's great.
Maybe I just need to drive the car a little differently. I might not be driving it right, okay? Let me go ahead and drive it slightly differently, and I'll probably start winning the races while going slower than my dyno. 3, 2, 1, go. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. See, if I shift around the seventh... Whoa, that guy kicked my butt, man.
Oh, man, he's moving.
That dude
what
was...
kind of car was that?
I'm out of gas. He ran an 8.8. That was one of those Koenigsegg ones there, right there. Jeez, oh man.
He's got a down tune on it. I can do the same thing, but...
He sure does. I see what I'm doing wrong now. Now I know why I'm losing. Let me go get some more gas, and then we're going to start winning these races. I was shifting it a little bit wrong for the lobby I have it set up for. Which is okay, actually. Nothing wrong with that, but... Alright, you're going to see me win races from here on out. I need to run close to dyno time, but not beat it. That's the key with this car. Run really close to it, but don't beat it. So instead of doing a good shift... Oh crap, I lied. Alright, I don't know what happened, guys, but what in the heck? I'm gonna go back to my garage and try to get a different lobby. Maybe I got myself in a weird lobby because something strange is going on. Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's go to a different lobby. Or I might need to do some sort of reset to this car, I'm not sure. But it's never failed to work before, so I've got a kind of a bad feeling maybe something did change. I don't know if I'm back in the same lobby or what, but we'll do a couple more races here. Oh, Rowdy Burns, what's up, buddy? How you doing? That was Rowdy with the crazy downturn. I'm not surprised that was you, man. Oh, we just can't win anything today. Maybe they did change something on the Super. I don't know. Oh, well.
I don't think... Well, I mean, we don't know, but...
This is abnormal. I've never really had a problem with this before. Alright, let's race Corey on team speed. Now, I mean, if I really want to push it, we can destroy the dyno time and beat all these guys, but my goal was to set up the car to win without beating the dyno, but let's go ahead and run a good one here. What the heck, why not? I'm already pushed anyways, so I'll play with it a little later, you know what I mean? I'll have to reset it or something. Hopefully hopefully this tune still works, but we'll find out later. All right, we got problems. Yeah, something's not running right. That's odd. The car is not running as expected. Oh well. Oh well. Today is not the day for the Supra.
It's not doing too hot, huh?
No, not today. This is the first time it's ever done crappy for me, but I'll play with it later. See, I don't think I've really messed with it since the last update. Sometimes when there's an update, things get a little bit weird and you gotta reset some of your cars.
Yeah.
That actually happens often.
If it makes you feel any better, the 1-1 that probably you ran into, okay, I have mine. I don't have full fusion or full parts on it, but I can have it set up at 10 seconds and it can run 9.1s. So, you know, this is why you gotta be careful who you bet money against in this game.
I slowed down a little too much on that one.
Yeah, I don't quite like that track. It's very hard to do the slowdown because you can't really see the end. The camera angle and the way they did it makes it really hard.
I use crap sandwiches everywhere, Tracy. Nope. I guess we'll race this person again. We got something. The game's acting funny now.
Moscow.
There we go. Alright, here we go. The car's shifting a lot faster than I remember it shifting, honestly.
Well, it's probably the final drive that you have it set on.
See, that time we ran it a little harder.
Yeah.
Someone from Twisted Mistresses. The Twisted Mistress. I wonder if that's a real car in real life.
I believe it is. I mean, most of the cars in here are real life cars somewhere, because that's what they do. They scan in these real life cars.
Yeah, if I really want to push it, I can beat the dyno time by a lot and win the races, no problem. But if I keep doing that, I'm definitely going to get pushed. So I'm going to play with this one a little bit later. Unless I can find Comet. If Comet's in here, I'll do a couple swaps with you really quick. Till I'm out of gas. I don't know if that was... I think this is you, right?
The Twisted Mistress
Comet?
is real. I just looked it up and I saw the picture of the actual car.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yeah, basically, I think every one of these cars are actually digitized from a real car. So, except the Fury burned up. Yeah, so technically the Fury is not around anymore. All right, so I'm getting challenged by somebody here, but we disconnected the last round. So let me see if this one will work.
MTN, have a great day, buddy. We'll catch you a little later. Thank you for stopping by and have a great day. Maxthegamer and Danny Lightning, what car? What car for what, Dragon?
D Black,
gotta
have a good
pee.
one. Actually, I'm gonna have to call it soon too. We're about 2 hours into this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, usually we go for about 2 hours here, so you guys got about 5 more minutes here of the stream, everybody.
I think Bosco, I think there was only one Fury. It was a concept car, so I don't think they ever built a second one.
Yeah, I believe that's true. I think they did make one and one only.
Yeah, and once it burned up, I think that was it. Mazda did not go ahead and build another one. Oh, excuse me.
That's a nice looking Super Comet Warrior. I like that. He disconnected. Well. And I guess we'll race
that's
this
why,
guy.
you know, the reason why, if you actually read some of the comments in the storyline for Sound of the Wind, you know, they make it sound like, how could you possibly get a hold of a Fury now? Oh, it's a secret and it's special connections. That's because everybody knows it's gone. That's why they make it sound like that in the storyline. Otherwise, you know, it's just a concept car that I think Top Gear accidentally burned up or something.
Ah,
it's
you
like a
froze.
ghost story, he's right.
So I'm just gonna run the next 2 things of gas really slow.
All right, worst car in each tier of the game. Boy, that may have some competitors, but tier 1 is the Toyota 86, which many of us bought. Some of us deleted, and most of us thought would be better than it is. Tier 2, I would say. What do you think is a really terrible car in tier 2, Danny? I would almost have to say the Evoque is definitely up there. This game hates SUVs. Almost every single SUV in the game sucks. So the Evoque is definitely not a top tier 2 car. Let me think. Tier 3. Some of us deleted is right. Yes. We won't say who, Bosco. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about who deleted the 86.
I deleted an 86. I'll tell you all that much. I don't care. I didn't know what I was doing, man. I just started the game and I was like, hey, I need to elite something. Oh, look, this is fast enough. Let's do it. That's pretty much how that went.
Yeah, that's exactly how I thought too. Oh, wait, this car can make it. Let me elite it.
Maz says the i8 is the worst tier 4 car. It's definitely one of the worst, but I don't think it's the worst.
Yeah, I don't think it's one. I think it's one of the worst, but there could be worse than that. You know, tier 3 is kind of a tricky one. I can't remember what I hated in tier 3, but there are a few that are definitely not very good. So.
Yeah, tier 3, I mean, most tier 3 cars are okay, I guess. Tier 3 is a really weird tier of car that I'm not really familiar with any of the tier 3 cars, honestly.
I mean, nowadays, one of the worst is actually the old Corvette Stingray, which used to be the fastest tier 3, and they nerfed it to hell, so that's one of the worst now.
I never used tier 3 for anything, honestly. Like, I avoid that tier. The only time I ever used tier 3 was for, like, Tempest.
Yeah, some of the original boss cars definitely can fall into some of the worst tier 4, tier 5 cars. Victor's Jaguar, the Mustang boss car from, what's her name? I forgot her name already. But that's one of the HPE cars.
CC or something?
I don't know. She was like not a memorable character, so I don't even remember her.
Yeah, I don't know what her name is either, actually. Kurtz. Yeah, Kurtz.
Kurtz, yep. Yep, Kurtz. You know, they're changing everybody's name to Alex when I race them. It's funny.
That is weird. I've never had that glitch.
When I race them, it's Alex.
I wonder why you have that glitch. That's strange. Super strange.
Yeah, Victor's Jaguar. I think it is possibly worse than Shaq's Zagara. Although Victor's Jaguar you can tune to beat Dino though, and Shaq's I don't think you can.
It does beat Dino the Jaguar, but I don't think you win very many respect points with it. So it's kind of one of those things where it's not really even worth using for anything. I mean, you might be able to go out and win some live races with it, but it ain't gonna do you much good.
Yeah. It's one of those cars.
Yep, one of those things, man.
Yeah, so I'm sitting around here with my 10.0 whatever dyno 1.1, and I'm pushed a little bit, so I'm on the bot lobby, so I'm using the bots to slow back down, and then I can go back to the lobby where I can win. But this thing is such a dyno buster, it's silly.
Show you the support messages? Like, I don't even know what they're for, buddy, so those are private messages, my man. Actually, I think those were from a really long time ago. I don't remember what they were about. Alright, Thomas, have a good one. We will catch you later. But yeah, I think it's about time for us to wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Moderators, you did an awesome job. Thank you so much. Everybody, thank you all so much for the support and watching the videos and everything. I mean, it's pretty awesome. We hit 25,000 subscribers the other day, and I thank all of you guys a lot for that. I mean, you know, the channel is nothing without its subscribers, so thank you all so much. And you know, guys, make sure you guys check out Max's channel as well. He's always coming out here to help you guys out and answer all the questions and stuff, so please give Max some subscribers if you can. Would appreciate that a lot, man. Max is a great guy and very knowledgeable about the game, so he's got an amazing channel over there.
Thank you, Denny. I appreciate that. And thanks to everyone who came out. PETA is the label Sports Camaro. It's correct. Calabi is correct. It's Kurtz that had the Mustang. So,
okay.
Yeah, and on that note, thank you all for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
Yep, War Robots tomorrow. Alright, you guys have a great day, and see you later. Thanks again. You're all amazing, and until next time, Lightning the Max, tuning out. Goodbye, goodbye.